Justin Bieber is furious, not at the press, not at his haters, but at his own mother. After she posted a long, emotional prayer for his healing, Justin snapped back publicly, and fans can feel the tension through the screen. The same woman who raised him is now the one embarrassing him in front of millions. People are saying he's tired of being treated like a child, tired of everyone, even his mom, acting like something's wrong with him. And honestly, you can tell. Justin's not playing the polite son anymore. He's angry, and this time it's personal. It all started with a prayer, not behind closed doors, but right on Instagram for the whole world to see. Pattie Mallette poured her heart out, declaring freedom, strength, and healing over her son. It sounded loving, until people realized it made Justin look like he was broken again. This wasn't a private message. It was a public diagnosis from his own mom. And Justin? He didn't hold back. He clapped back, saying the only thing he needed healing from was his rolled pinky toe from playing ping pong. I think that one sentence said everything he couldn't say outright. He's tired of being treated like a child, tired of being painted as unstable. One fan wrote, "If my mom posted that about me, I'd block her too." That's embarrassing, and honestly, I get it. Sometimes prayers online feel more like performance than support. Another fan said, "He could have just ignored it. He always acts defensive." Maybe. But I think when you've been publicly misunderstood for years, even silence starts to feel like surrender. That's the part people miss. Justin's not angry for no reason. He's angry because it keeps happening. That prayer wasn't just a post, it was a reminder. A reminder that no matter how much Justin grows, people around him still treat him like the fragile teenager he once was. Insiders say this tension with his mom isn't new. Pattie's always tried to guide him, but lately it feels more like she's trying to manage him. Some even claim she's using his name whenever it benefits her image, mixing faith with fame in a way that makes him uncomfortable. I think what hurts him most is realizing that even family can make you feel controlled. He's not angry for attention. He's angry because the one person who should protect his privacy keeps exposing his pain. And behind the scenes, there are serious claims that Justin is being heavily monitored. People close to him have shared that he's rarely alone, that his schedule is tracked, and that every move he makes gets reported back to powerful figures managing his image. It's not about protection anymore, it's about control. The setup sounds eerily familiar. The same pattern fans once saw in Britney Spears' story before the truth finally came out. I feel like Justin's finally waking up to the reality. Fame gave him money, power, and recognition, but it quietly took away his freedom. Justin's latest Instagram story said it all. Looking to collab in LA? Hit me up. For most artists, that's normal. But for Justin Bieber, it felt like a cry for help. This is the same guy who once had every top producer fighting for a chance to work with him. Now, after 2 albums that came and went without real impact, the calls have stopped. Insiders say he's become unpredictable, canceling sessions, changing ideas mid-project, and isolating himself from the very people who built his sound. Some even say producers are scared to attach their name to him right now. I think that post wasn't about collaboration at all. It was about rejection. The superstar who once couldn't keep up with demand is now trying to remind people he still exists. And that silence? It's louder than any chart position. One fan commented, "What happened with his relationship with Eddie Benjamin? Did Justin drop him because they didn't produce any hit songs together, or does Eddie not want to work with Justin anymore?" Another added, "There's probably a lot about Justin and his D-list wife that we don't know, especially if no top producer wants to deal with him." Those comments say everything. People aren't questioning his talent anymore. They're questioning who still believes in him. Justin's been looking lonely lately. You can see it in his eyes, that empty look that fame can't hide. Yeah, we've all seen the new anniversary pictures of him and Hailey smiling on vacation, but let's be honest, it doesn't feel real. The timing, the poses, the sudden affection, it all dropped right when questions about their relationship started heating up again. Where was she all this time? Because for months, every time Justin was spotted out, Whether at a basketball game or a studio, he was alone. No Hailey in sight, no warmth, no connection. And now, out of nowhere, these perfectly filtered "we're fine" photos appear just when fans start wondering if they've split. The whole thing feels more like strategy than romance. I think what makes it worse is how obvious the pressure looks. You can almost sense it. Him forcing a smile while she leans in for the camera, both trying to prove something that maybe isn't there anymore. It's that kind of silence that doesn't come from hate. It comes from distance. The kind that creeps in when two people are still together but living separate lives. Even the fans see it. The vacation pictures might have fooled the algorithm, but not the audience. People are picking up on the body language, the tension, the missing spark. Because Justin doesn't look happy. He looks tired. Tired of pretending. Tired of performance. And maybe tired of holding together something that's already falling apart behind the filters. Everyone has a breaking point. And for Justin Bieber, it feels like this is his. After months of tension, loneliness, and forced smiles, he's finally pushing back against everyone who ever tried to run his life. He's not taking advice. He's not listening to management. He's cleaning house. And this time, it's personal. Earlier this year, Justin quietly ended his working relationship with Scooter Braun, the man who discovered him, managed him for over a decade, and built his career from the ground up. To the public, it looked like a business move, but behind the scenes, insiders said it was about control. Justin wanted freedom, creative and personal. He's been cutting off longtime associates, skipping major industry events, and refusing to follow the traditional pop star PR playbook. I think this isn't rebellion for attention. It's frustration turned into survival. He's tired of being treated like a brand instead of a person. That's why even his closest friends have noticed how unpredictable he's become. One day quiet and withdrawn, the next day in the studio until 4 a.m. Then there's the cancellation of multiple commitments, including surprise appearances fans expected during big public events. Every missed show, every skipped sighting adds to the narrative. Justin isn't broken. He's detached. But that's the cost of taking your life back when everyone thinks they own it. Justin's burning bridges, rebuilding walls, and fighting to prove he's in charge, even if it means standing completely alone. Because sometimes freedom doesn't look peaceful, it looks like chaos. And right now, that's exactly where Justin Bieber is living. After everything, the tension, the silence, the strange smiles, one question still hangs in the air. Where does Justin go from here? He's standing in that dangerous middle ground where fame meets fatigue. The world's watching, waiting to see if he'll rise again or quietly fade out. Because in Hollywood, we've seen both stories play out before. Britney Spears fought for years to break free, and when she finally did, freedom didn't look like peace. It looked like exhaustion. Then there's Robert Downey Jr., who lost it all, disappeared for a while, and came back sharper, calmer, unstoppable. And on the other side, there's someone like Amy Winehouse, who never got the chance to turn the corner. I think Justin's standing at that same crossroads. You can feel it, that mix of rebellion and redemption fighting inside him. He's not the kid from Baby anymore, and he's not the superstar with endless hits either. He's somewhere in between, stripped down, frustrated, but maybe finally real. People close to him say he's still recording, still showing up to the studio at odd hours, still trying to find that sound again. Maybe that's his way of holding on. Or maybe it's just another distraction from everything else falling apart. But no one really knows which direction this ends in, and that's what makes it haunting. Because if Justin gets it right, we'll witness one of the biggest transformations in pop history. And if he doesn't, we might be watching the final act of someone who once had it all. Maybe that's the real story here. Not fame, not money, not headlines, but the silence that comes when the world stops cheering. Justin's still out there somewhere, maybe in the studio, maybe in his thoughts, trying to figure out who he is when no one's watching. And honestly, that's what makes this chapter of his life so unpredictable. He's too talented to disappear completely, but too wounded to pretend everything's fine. I think everyone's waiting. Fans, critics, even his family, waiting to see which version of Justin shows up next. The calm one, the broken one, or the one who finally takes control. Because in the end, every artist has a breaking point, but not every artist gets to rebuild after it. And right now, Justin Bieber's standing on that edge.